Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday, February 26, 2025. The time is 6:33 p.m. I'd like to call this regular town board meeting to order by asking everybody to please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Welcome, everybody. It's public comment time, questions on agenda items only. But at this time, I'd like to ask Diane Judson to come up to the podium. We'll discuss that first, and that way, if you want to leave,
If you want.
it's okay, if you'd like.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the town board for allowing me to make this public announcement.
You may have to speak a little louder.
Oh, I always do. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone, the town board and everyone here, for allowing me to make this public service announcement. As we are all aware, this is a period of time when the growing season has yet to begun, and the demand for our regional food suppliers has been great. Therefore, there's that trickle-down effect that impacts our local food pantries. So in an effort to offset this, we're asking our township to support the Town of Dover's community-wide March for Dover Food Pantries. It's a drive to collect non-perishable food items as well as personal care items to benefit our town food pantries, and there are several of them for sure. The collection drive will be in effect for the entire month of March, giving everyone at least 30 days to participate. And a box of cereal can go a long way. The town hall will be the primary site for the collection of all of the food items. We will be placing some smaller containers throughout the community, and they'll be picked up on a weekly basis and brought to the town for distribution at the end of the month. I just have to say a special shout out to Katie Palmer House for her support in the behind-the-scenes work to make this idea a reality. And myself and Holly Morrissey will be serving as the food coordinators for this endeavor. And once the flyers go out and the public announcement goes out into the community, our contact information will be present so people in the town can actually contact us if there's questions. And that's it.
Well, on behalf of the board, I want to say thank you as well.
Thank you.
We discussed this, we talked about it, and you two ladies
Showed up.
you were asked or you offered to, and I want to thank the both of you. I wish
thank you.
Ms. Morrissey
Yeah.
was here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
But again, this is another good thing that townspeople are doing for townspeople.
Right, yes.
And it's a time of need for both the need of, the price of, and whatever else we'd like to discuss.
And what I'd like to add is in our outreach, Holly and I have met with nothing but support, kindness, and a willingness to participate. And everybody's waiting for March 1st.
Good.
So
Good.
we're ready to go. Thank you for the time.
The flyer will be put out, I believe, tomorrow? This
Tomorrow,
weekend?
yeah.
Or by Friday, for sure.
By Friday. It's the March for Dover Food Pantries, a non-perishable food and personal care product collection drive to benefit Dover's food pantries during the month of March 2025. Donations may be dropped off, like she said, Dover Town Hall, 126 East Duncan Hill Road, when Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. during the month of March. For more information and questions, please contact, and it'll be yourself
it'll
and
be us,
Holly,
yeah.
and your contact information there. So this is the flyer here.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll
Thank
do-
you once again.
Yes, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Katie, I'll just need to talk to you at some point about this.
Certainly. I'll be in tomorrow, so if you want to catch up tomorrow, Friday.
At this time, are there any other public comments on questions or agenda items only? If there is, please approach the podium. Seeing nobody approaching the podium, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to open a public hearing on proposed 2025 CDBG grant application project idea.
So moved.
Do I have a second? I have a
Second.
motion and a second to open the public hearing on the 2025 CDBG grant application project idea. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, 3 with 2 absent. Public hearing is now open. Anybody who would like to speak or share a question or opinion or a statement, please approach.
Hi, my name is Amy Smith. I am the library director for the Dover Plains Public Library that serves the entire town of Dover. And I am joined here by 2 of the library board trustees, Angela Milan and Joe Chorsick, sorry. Okay. So the library is lucky enough to be able to be in a town building, for which we are grateful. The building was built, as many people know, in 1949, and times have changed in many ways. And we have an ADA access problem for the building as a whole on the upper floor, as opposed to the open from the bottom where the American Legion is. If you have been to the library in the last 2 years or so, you may have noticed there's caution tape over the railing on the ramp to get in. This is because if you give that ramp a nice swack, it'll sway back and forth for quite some time, making it not something we want people to lean on. We also have some access issues once you get inside. The bathroom that is marked as ADA accessible is not. The door is very heavy. It turns the wrong direction, so that if you were actually in a wheelchair, opening the door would actually mean that you were now not able to enter the bathroom. The stall, the height of the sink, all of these sorts of accommodations are in need of updating. This past year, the New York State Library decided to do, just coincidentally, an ADA access audit of state libraries. Taconic Resources for Independence did these audits for Dutchess County libraries. We were one of the libraries they came and audited, and these issues, it's also the lobby doors are not automated and are very heavy, as well as some concerns about entering the building once you get to the top of the ramp, were things that they highlighted as problematic for our physical accessibility. And so, given how much, and in the past year, we have greatly increased the library's use, both for visitors and also people who are coming for programs or to use any of the collections or services. So this does affect a significant portion of the community here in Dover, and I would argue it's also a significant portion of the community that does need things that they could not otherwise afford. We have printing and other sorts of office services. The printing is very cheap, 10 cents a page. All of our other services are free. We do free tech help. We do a lot of programs for seniors and a lot of socializing-based programs for older adults and for adults with disabilities. We also offer a lot for families with very young kids during the day, after-school programs, including free tutoring, free homework help, free dance classes every Tuesday night for every age from 5 to teen, and a myriad of other programs. In addition, we operate the Bookmobile, which is not directly related to the building, but it does increase people's awareness of the building and what they could find there. So that is basically it. Myself and the board, on behalf of the board, we've written a letter of endorsing, supporting the project for the grant application, and I've asked Taconic Resources for Independence. They are also submitting a letter in support of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? So, Madam Clerk, would you like to speak?
Sure, just briefly. So we did circulate a community online survey. It it just went out for a short period of time, but we had wonderful response, as we always do, from folks in Dover who are always engaged. And to date, although the survey is still open, we've had 346 responses, and 75% support that the library would be the choice of the project. There were 2 other projects. I'll just let folks vote for whichever one they want. And so that, with that rousing support for that particular project, that would be the project we would pursue. And so if you have any other questions about things, we're still working on compiling a full list of ADA improvements. I have to meet with someone tomorrow to look at another area, but we'll ballpark as many projects as we can. We can apply for up to, I think, $100,000. We may not get that high based on the project, but we'll do our best to cover as many as we possibly can.
Okay. Would you like a motion to just go ahead and move forward with the application for that project?
It's a little later in the agenda, just in case there were other folks that were coming
Got it.
or wanted to speak up, but
Any board members? Tom?
Good. Sounds
Susan?
As a former library trustee, I support anything we can do to help the library.
Anybody else from the crowd? Ma'am?
thumbs up.
Don? Good? Okay. All right. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing on the 2025 CDBG grant application project.
So moved.
second.
Motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carried, 3-0, 2 absent. Need a new laptop, Katie. Crashed again.
It did again, huh?
So moving on with the agenda, hopefully it'll reboot by the time we're getting down to the resolutions. Reports from the Recreation Department and Highway, as well as the building. I'll start with the building because it's quick and easy. From January 27th to February 26th, the Building Department has had the following transactions. We have issued 16 permits, 2 violations, and 18 certificates of compliance, C of Os. That is that. Jason, you want to come forward first, and I have Julie's in my phone. I'll read it for her when you're done.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Jason Satori, Town of Dover Highway. This month was kind of a slow month for us. We only did like really one thing the whole month, and that was plow and sand the roads continuously from the beginning of the month until just the other day. So we have been busy, actually, yes. And we're constantly fixing stuff because we break stuff, and, you know, the trucks and stuff take a beating and stuff or whatever. But I'd like to give a thumbs up to my team because those guys put in a lot of hours overtime that nobody ever gets to see. And they don't get the appreciation that they deserve because they put us back on our roads in no time flat. Where years ago it would take you 3 or 4 days to get on the road, you're back on the road with us within 3 or 4 hours. So that's pretty much all we did this month. Moving forward here in this month here, we're going to start, I'm going to call in some companies because we're going to look at paving Johnson Hill, Sheldon Road, and Bannister. So that'll be a big undertaking this year for that. So we're going to look into that and see what the cost is for that and get some pricing on that. So. And that's pretty much it. And to my assistant Terry, who's in the hospital right now, I give her a thumbs up, and she's doing good. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
The, just relay again the thanks from us as well.
I will.
Being on that highway end of things, I know I banged out 67 hours in
Yeah.
2 weeks, so.
My guys put
And
a lot
I'm
of
not
time.
on the road, and they
Yeah,
are. It's-
those guys are on there.
It's a different world when you're driving
Yeah,
and
it is.
plowing than sitting at a
Yep.
desk like I do.
So,
So, tell them and everybody, we appreciate what they do. You're still a man down, so they're picking up the slack.
so
for-
and yes, and
one or
actually
two
coming
other
this Monday,
guys.
we have a new employee coming in this Monday. So,
Yep.
Wonderful.
I
We're
believe
doing
We're
good.
reading something tonight.
all right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Jason. I have Julie's report. She's not going to make it, and I actually did hear from Councilman Maluda. He's not going to make it as well. He is under the weather, so we wish him well. Where are you? Recreation Department is very busy putting together our spring and summer brochure. It will be out in the next couple of weeks. Day camp registration is open. Please sign up on our website at doverrecreation.com. We are accepting applications for the counselors and lifeguards as well. come by the Recreation office to pick one up. Our Easter egg hunt is on Saturday, April 12th at 1 p.m. at Boyce Park. Dover Cleanup Day is on Saturday, May 17th, 8 a.m. at the Pavilion at Boyce Park. We meet. And as always, our senior program is on Monday and Thursdays at the American Legion Hall. Our basketball program is winding down. Our last game is on March 15th. Julie would like to thank her staff for all the hard work that they do, especially with the weather throughout this month. Everything was a little topsy-turvy, we'll say. Right, Jay? Yes. So that's a report from Recreation. I'll get it printed off, and I'll have one for the minutes, Katie, when I can. So that's that. Reports from the supervisor and town board members. We'll start with Councilman Holmes.
Met with Jason a couple times after storms, one time during the storm this month. Busy, he's been busy, shortage of salt, of course.
Yes.
Like I said, like you said to the guys, and you said to your guys, great job. I mean, how many hours were they out? 4 weekends in a row?
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, we all go home on the weekend. They were out for 4 weekends. So-
One day was 24 hours one day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, good job, guys, and good job, Jason.
Thank you, Tom. Councilwoman Jackson.
Okay, the school announcement would like the Dover Wingdale Teachers Association and the CSEA units are running a day of action for public education awareness on Tuesday, the 4th. And they are asking if anybody wants to contribute for the Center of Compassion non-perishable food and new socks and underwear. There'll be collection boxes at the school. And the tax collector, Dina Yino, has asked me to announce that she will be adding hours and collecting on Thursday, February 26th from 5:30 to 6:30, and Friday, February 28th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
All set? Thank you. Supervisor's report. I already mentioned cleanup day, Saturday, May 17th, 8 a.m. We meet at the Pavilion at Boyce Park. We go over a little safety meeting. We hand out some vests if we have some garbage pickers, some tools. We kind of distribute to where people would like to go and clean up throughout the town. We appreciate all the help that we get. We usually have a great turnout every year. So that would be Saturday, the 17th of May at 8 a.m. Sunday on March 16th, 8 a.m., Dover Lions Club 5K run at the JHK Memorial Park in Dover. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's up near the Little League field in Dover where the old pool used to be. That's run by the Dover Lions Club, Andrew House. It's a great event each and every year. We started it, 3 years ago? A couple years ago now? And it's a good day. Runners turn out, and I think it's grown each and every year. And we have some Shamrock shakes, some refreshments. I know a guy, he makes the shakes. They're pretty good. Come and have one. Jay, more than welcome to have a shake, buddy. And the fire department's pancake breakfast is Sunday, March 9th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then again, the winter that we've had, it has slowed some of our projects down, one of which is the bathroom project at the rec park. The two contractors are working together in between each other and around each other, and the winter has just tore it up. And then we do have a somewhat serious issue, but we do have some temporary power set up. The Tabor Wing House in Dover, basically home base for our historical society, we lost the underground electrical feed. And we are very fortunate that one of our staff decided to stop in that day. It was very cold, and check on it, and we realized that we had no power, and we didn't know when it went down. Luckily, nothing froze up at that point in time. We made some calls. We had help from one of our local vendors. Came in, set up an emergency feed. So if you do drive by, if you happen to go there, you'll see the driveway is shut down because that electrical feed is on top of the ground from the pole to the building. They check it daily. So Maryland, we're going to get to it, but the weather has just messed with us severely. And of course, the frost line's about a foot deep, Jay?
I don't know. We have blankets on top of it, so.
So it might be helping us.
We're kind of waiting for Jeff to say, okay.
Yeah. But we'll get it fixed, and then they can have their house back. As of right now, They're going to be doing their directors' meetings and their monthly meetings here at Town Hall for as long as we need to. With the weather and the ice, they can park in the school parking lot, but most of our historical not young ladies, but it's just tough walking in there when it's icy and snowy out. So they can meet here as long as they need to. All right? So that's where we're at. Again, thank you to everybody that's been bearing with the winter. I try to get as much information out as I can to keep everybody updated. The weather site I used was a little off the last few, but either way, it was just a mess out there. So I appreciate you looking at it, reading it, and then thanking me for putting it out there. So that's all I have. We're going to go on to resolutions. Tom, I have a question about that one. Are we going to have to hold off?
Yeah, I'll have to table it to the next meeting.
Because we don't have a quorum to vote.
I have to recuse from one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
we won't
okay.
have quorum.
Is
Oh, so we're not able to do it tonight?
able to
Yeah,
vote
it's-
on that tonight.
Time-wise, it's not a big deal. We've
Oh,
done
good.
it in other years in March.
Generally, they post it for a month, and
Yeah.
they generally try to do it on March 1st. Could we chat afterwards so that?
Yeah.
Let them know right?
If I need
this
to
right
have
away?
if I need to have a special meeting, or I could take a 5-minute recess right now and call Brian to see if it can wait,
Diesel.
and then we'll just do it next month. Let me do that?
Just if we could have a solution before we leave tonight, if we have to have a special meeting,
Okay.
just so that we don't hold,
You wouldn't be part of the special meeting. So.
Yeah, but I got 2 sick members, that's why they're not
No, I
here.
understand, I'm saying, but you would have to have one of the other
You
members.
can't even vote on
Yeah.
it. You can't even vote on the website.
here tonight,
Right.
so if he recuses, we'll-
Right.
All right, let me entertain a motion to take just a few-minute recess, and I'll make a phone call to the fire department, and I'll see if it can actually wait. If not, we'll have to schedule a special meeting.
So moved.
Okay?
Yeah, it's up to the fire, but.
Let me call the president. Okay.
Sensitive in any
I
way.
have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. I have a motion made and seconded to just take a short recess to try to find a solution for this problem that we do have tonight. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. We're in recess, media office.
I'll-
Okay. Sorry for that, everybody that's out there watching, and those of you here tonight. Can I have a motion to go back into a regular meeting session from the recess?
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and second to go back into our regular meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried with 2 absent. So the decision from the fire company is we can hold off. If Councilman Murphy shows up before we end this meeting, we'll go ahead and read it and I'll recuse. If not, we'll be doing it next month. Okay? That is the LoSAP program for the fire department length of service program. Okay, that's like a little retirement that they do. And because I can benefit, I can't be involved. That's the situation we're in right now. Okay? Resolution to authorize and approve consent agenda items. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Dover does hereby approve the following items for consideration and adoption on the February 26, 2025 Town Board Regular Meeting Consent Agenda. Authorize the payment of abstract number 2 of 2025 in the amount of $1,234,331.69. Accept minutes of the town board meeting of January 29th, 2025. Approve the town clerk's report for January 2025. Approve the town supervisor's monthly financial report for January 2025. And accept unanticipated revenue, authorize budget transfers, budget amendments, and payment of off-abstract purchase orders as prepared and submitted by the town's bookkeeper. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept this resolution. Any discussion? For the 2 of you that are here, if you look at that first number I read, the check for the fire department budget is in there.
I just signed
That's
for it.
the majority of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? 689, 91? Yeah, that's the majority of that. That's why it's so large this month. Any other discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, 2 absent. Resolution authorizing the submission of a 2025 Town of Dover Community Development Block Grant application. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA compliance access improvements to Dover Library facilities. Whereas the Town of Dover is participating in the 2025 Dutchess County Community Development Block Grant Consortium, and whereas input from citizens and groups has been received and considered at a public hearing on Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and whereas an application has been prepared for the above referenced activity which addresses our community concerns. Now therefore be it resolved that the 2025 application to the Dutchess County Community Develop Block Grant Program for the above referenced activity is approved, and be it further resolved that the submission of the application to the Dutchess County Department of Planning and Development is authorized. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and second. Any discussion?
That's great.
Move on, keep moving, right? Okay, hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, 2 absent. Oh, this is the one we're holding off on. Resolution authorizing the request for proposal for Town of Dover 2025 Recreation Bus Transportation Services. Whereas the Town of Dover Recreation Department conducts trips for Town of Dover Day Camp, the Senior Recreation Program, and other town trips. And whereas there is a need for buses to transport these individuals to and from their destinations on these trips. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the Town of Dover Recreation Director to prepare a request for proposal for bus service for Town and Dover Recreational Department trips, And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Dover hereby authorizes and directs the town clerk to publish said request for proposals in the official newspaper of the town of Dover. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? This is an every year thing, right, for all our programs. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried, 2 absent. Resolution acknowledging the hiring of Highway Department worker. Whereas the Town of Dover Highway Superintendent Jason Sartori has advised the Town Board of the Town of Dover of the hiring of Mark Seward to the position of Heavy Machine Equipment Operator, HMEO, in the Town of Dover Highway Department effective March 3rd, 2025. And now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby acknowledge the hiring of Mark Seward to the position of HMEO in the Town of Dover Highway Department effective March 3rd, 2025, at the rate set in the current IBT Local 456 contract. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to go ahead with this resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, 2 absent. Thank that gentleman for coming aboard. Wish him the best. Resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign a letter of support for Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority's grant funding for infrastructure improvements to the Schreiber Water System. Whereas the Schreiber Water System in the town of Dover and operated by the Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority requires water infrastructure improvements to the Schreiber Water System in Wingdale, New York. And whereas Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority has some available grant funds and access to additional grant opportunities along with a phased approach to address this issue to assist the residents. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the town supervisor to sign a letter of support on behalf of the Dover Town Board to submit to the Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority to help expedite the process for making improvements to the Schreiber Water System to help remediate the water contamination issue. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Discussion. Myself, Councilman Holmes, Building Inspector Don Anderson, we attended a public a meeting here that we hosted for the residents of what us old-timers call Schreiberville. And that's off of Rural and Hillside. Thank you. There's 2 of them in Dover. I get confused, right? So they have a well issue up there. They used to operate with 3. Now they're down to 2. Now they're down to 1. And as you heard in the resolution, there's some just natural geographical contamination with some words that are, as our teacher used to say, 50-cent words. They're longer than I can say. But they're working on it. The outcome could be very, very expensive. So I felt after attending that meeting that we should show support because it's not a town issue, but it is. There are people up there. There are residents. So we're going to support it however we can. There's 3 phases, and they're hoping for the least of the 3, and that's just digging 2 wells. But they're looking from anywhere from a few $100,000 up to $4 million. The problem is 22 households have to pay that bill, not all thousands that we have in Dover. It's just those people that are on that water. So we're gonna. I assured the people that night. I assured the Dutchess County group there. We will do what we need to do to help support and get the grant money that they need. They feel if they get some grant money, it'll help them drastically, obviously. And of course, the residents there that night just said, pray that the 2 wells work. All right, because it could get expensive, very, very expensive. So that's what this letter is. I believe our letter will be posted once it's signed and sent, so it'll be on our website if you want to see what we wrote. All right, so with that, anything else, Susan?
No.
Tom, you covered everything from the other night?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried, 2 absent. At this time, following the agenda, are there any public comments? Anybody has any comments, questions? Come on up to the podium at this time. Seeing nobody approach the podium, I'd like to make a motion to go into an executive session to discuss litigation and not return to the dais. Do I have a motion? I'll make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself, seconded by Councilwoman Jackson, to enter into an executive session to discuss litigation cases and not return to the dais, so that would be the end of the meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a good night, and everybody out there, be safe and be well. Thank you.
Thank you.